Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. It is Monday, so you already know we are on episode 3. We are trading a small account, moving this account from $10,000 to $50,000 over the next couple years, and I am showing each and every single week or each and every single trade I am making to get it done. The goal is, and the focus is 0.5% to 1% every single week. If we can get that 2 to 4% every single month, I think we can get it done. And we've showcased this account since we were at the $5,000 mark. So really nice to see. So let's take a look at what happened last week, what we got on the table for this week, and the plays we were looking at to close in the year end. So right now we're sitting flat, up 0.33 for the day. For the week, up 1% or $117. For the month, up $728 or 6.9%. Year to date, up $44 or $3,463. And then since we moved this account over last year in February, March, we are up $5,015 or 80%. Not too bad. The account is doing exactly what I wanted to do, right? We are in full cash as of right now. We're selling cash secure puts every single week at a safe delta, and the goal is to slowly tick the account up. The nice part about when you're trading an account that is in all cash, as long as you're not getting assigned, there's zero fluctuations on the account. We ended up selling our last 13 shares on Friday. We talked about doing it last week. The reason why we did it is so we had enough capital to trade 2 puts on MSTX, and that's exactly what we did. So let's jump into the history. Let's look at what we did last week, how our plays went, and how we are going for this week. So as always, last week we sold some puts. We sold the MSTX $65 put. We got paid $100 for that at open. We sold the Mara 20.5 put, and we got paid $18 for that. We bought both of those to close on Friday for $2 and $5. MSTX trades in increments of $5. So it was at $1, but we could not close it for that. So we closed it out for the $5. We paid back a little bit of our profits, but then we were able to jump into a new trade. So like I said, I sold the last 13 shares of Mara. Not a whole lot of capital, but enough capital to move the needle, right? So we got paid. Our cost on those was like $18.49 or $18.39 or something like that. So we booked a nice little profit there. We got our $292 back. And then you can see right after that, we sold 2 MSTX puts at the $55 strike for this Friday. So this is a position we sold. These are looking really good. We got paid $114 for that trade. And that's 1% on our money, right? If we're looking at $11,000 account, we receive $114. That is 1% on our money for the week. And we did a very, very low risk delta play, right? If we look at this actual, let's see if we can view the position here. If we look at the actual delta here, we're sitting at now a 0.01. So the probability of this trade going in our favor is so high that I just had to take the risk. Obviously, MSTX has absolutely moved today, so that is in our favor, but those are the kind of trades we're making. So we have $292 worth of buying power as of right now. Keep in mind, obviously, 114 of that was from the recent play recent payday from the premium on MSTX, but we want to leave a little bit of buying power available as always. In the event that we need to roll a position that goes against us, we get assigned on a position and we want to buy some odd lots. We always like to have a little bit of dry powder there. So contributions at 2,135. We did talk about this on our journey to 50,000, how we are increasing, it's not updating, how we are increasing our payment our deposit every single week from 25 to 35. So that'll help build the snowball even faster. And I might even end up moving the needle even more next year. We will see. So that's where we're at. We're up $54 so far on this position, or 47%, and that is the only trade for this week. We may look at doing another one into next week, but as always, Fridays and Mondays are usually when I like to trade my options, just because we're closest to expiration, especially when you're willing and dealing in and out of stocks. You want theta to decay them all the way away, especially if you have an option that's going in your favor. So MSTX is currently trading at, let's actually just look at it real quick. It's up 9, almost 10% for the day. It's trading at $115 there. I mean, it's possible, but a very, very low likelihood that we get down to the $55 strike in the matter of another 4 days. So that's where we're sitting. The stock's up $18, and this stock's been absolutely ripping. So this is a leveraged ETF on MSTR, which, as you guys know, has been absolutely ripping as well. So that is a play I'm making right now. Really safe deltas, selling puts every single week at a safe delta. I'm trying not to get too aggressive. I'm trying to slowly stack the wins. Could I make way more money trading a closer delta? 100%, right? If we come into something like this, we go into next week and we sell a put let's say at like the 90 strike, right? If we go at the 90 strike, we have enough capital to do that. 77% chance of profitable at the 0.17 delta. Could I do that? 100%. And I'm going to get paid $300, probably $400, $410 to do that. But the risk is absolutely through the roof when it comes to stacking an account. Now, could I build the account a lot faster that way? Yes. But you guys know the way that I trade, I like to have single base hits every single week, slowly build the account. I don't try to go for any home runs. I try to manage my risk. And I try not to blow up account. It's one thing to blow up your own account when you're doing it in your basement or at your house. It's another thing to blow up an account that you have, tens of thousands of people watching. So I'm going to play the safe and steady game here. And you can see here so far it has worked out for me over the last almost 2 years. We're up 80%. If I can do 50% a year, I will take that all day long to the bank. So that's what we're looking at that. Let's look at the spreadsheet. I ran some other numbers and I want to look at some things. So you can see here, obviously, we bought back these two positions for the $5 and the $2. We booked 1.5% last week on the MSTX trade, and the Mara, we booked 0.4% on the trade, so not too bad. Now that we have enough capital, we're at 1% on our money this week for the MSTX trade, and that brings us to $373 for the month of December, right? So we're only 2 weeks in. We still have 2 weeks left. If we can stick with that $100 a week, we should be able to get to that $500-$600 number, which would absolutely crush it. If we look at what it takes to get to hit my goal, I really only need like $70-$80 a week, right? So if we take a look at the model we looked at last week, that we looked at how we're going to get to 50,000. All I need to hit 3% on my starting balance for this month is $327 worth of revenue, right? If we take $327 and we break it down into 4 weeks, we're talking about $81.85 a week. So these are the kind of goals you need to keep in mind. Is you need to set a goal, whether it's 2%, 3%, 4%, 1% a month, and then say, all right, here's the capital I have. How much do I actually need to make a week? So you know whether you're selling weekly options, bi-weekly options, monthly options, you know what your number is to hit your goals. So my number is I have to have $81 every single week. Whether I do that on MSTX, I do it on TSLL, I do it on CIFR, Soxel, any of those. That really is going to depend, but you choose the stock, you choose the percentages and what you are looking for. So $81 a week. I hit 114 this week. I hit 111 last week. And that's how we just slowly but surely build this up. So this is how we're looking for the year. $4,500 with a premium, $373 for this month, $923 for last month. Most of our premium has come from CleanSpark and Mara. Now we are starting to build up the MSTX up. I've really liked the premium now, and the IV is absolutely wild, sometimes 200 and 300%. So high risk, but we're taking low delta plays on a high risk asset, and we're collecting that 1% a week. So that's what we like to do. If we look, the one thing I did want to talk about, obviously here's my journey on how I'm going to grow this $10,000 account up to $50,000. It should take me, if I do the minimum, I shouldn't say minimum, but if I do the 3% every single month, it should take me 43 months to get it done, right? And we are in month 1 of it right now. We're tracking December 2024 as month. One thing I want to note is to hit my 3%, I need 327. We're already at 373, so we're $45.61 over our goal, and we still have 2 weeks left, right? Today is only, when I'm doing this video, is on the 16th of December. We still have the 20th December, which is a Friday. We could sell more options. We also have the 27th, and then we also have the 30th and 31st, which is a Monday, Tuesday. So we potentially have 2, maybe even 3 more options we could sell. Obviously, this expires on the 20th, so we have a week or two, or 1 or 2 more payments that we can just exceed this goal. So the reason why I want to bring that up is, so it's going to take me, like we said, it's going to take me to get to $50,000, 43 months if I do 3% every single month. Now, if we come over here and we change the actual, let's say we get this to, well, actually I want to, hold on, let me just leave this 373 and I just want to show you how this compounds. So 373 is the actual, current balance is 11,235, or that's what it was before the video. This is the potential of what we're doing, right? So if I make $45 more this month, then next month, and I just go straight back to the 3%, right? I don't over exceed next month. I just do the 3%. The next month we add $1.37. Then all of a sudden we are $1.89, $2.80, $2.86. You can slowly see just that 1 month of beating your goal is going to improve. And this is only beating it. That's if we were to stop right now. If this is only beating it by $45, that 1 month of beating it by 45 changes the trajectory quite a bit, right? We go from 1,738 in month 48 from 1,732. So just a little bit of improvements over time. But this is where I really wanted to show it, right? So let's say we hit this 500 this time. Then you can compare the differences a little bit of where we're at, right? So here's the differences in the trajectory on the balances. Now we're talking about $172 the first month. Then the next month we go, the ending balance goes to 1,100. Let's see, yeah, so about from 11,360 to 11,533, just shy of $200 in the first month. And then you can see that it just continues to compound from there, right? So the balance is higher, 3% of that balance goes up, and then these all change from $1 to $5, and then all of a sudden you get down to $20 that you're adding every single month on the compounding. And that's just purely off of just continuing to hit those 3%. If we can get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7% a month, this number really is going to start moving. What did we say it was? We hit 50,000 in month 43. So we almost hit 50,000 in month. We almost shaved off an entire month. By just having 1 month that is above that 3% average, which is really good to see. When things start getting crazy is you start coming in here and you get, let's say we have $1,000 month, right? Last month we had just under $1,000. If we had $1,000 this month, we beat the goal by 672. Then all this compounding is $20 a month. Then we start hitting goals a lot earlier, right? Almost at it in 41 months, which means we shaved 2 months off of the journey. So these are the kind of things I like to look at, the numbers I like to compare, and I'm going to run these numbers every single month. Like I said, this is a journey where I'm going to showcase this account from 10,000 to 50,000. I'm going to show all the data, all the trades, how I'm going to get there, and I'm just going to slowly hit those base hits each and every single week. Goal is to hit 0.5% to 1% every single week, and we will see what the actual is every single week versus what we projected at the start of this, right? And then we'll just continue to compare those. So that's the numbers for this week. That's the update for this week. Thank you as always for tuning in. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for the support every single week. Happy investing, and we'll catch you next time.